where is, first of all, what is your proposal for the park? And if I'm correct, there's an EIR that's currently in process?
We have an EIR that's in the public comment period that ends at the end of November.
And what is the project that's described in the EIR?
The primary project is there's a project and a project alternative. I think there are a couple project alternatives, but basically a mixed-use project.
The primary project is mixed use?
Yes.
Can you describe it in a little more detail?
Well, actually, the primary project and the secondary project, we have two or three projects that are mixed use. The primary project is primarily retail on the frontage, some commercial production space, creative production space, and then a majority is residential. And then an alternative project that is primarily residential with some retail.
And have you made a proposal with respect to preserving affordable housing or building affordable housing?
Yes, part of the proposal is building affordable housing, and we will have the proposal, there are a couple different alternatives, but 57 units of affordable housing, and there are different levels of low income and moderate affordable. And then we have proposed we've worked with the community and with staff on the relocation of residents. And as I've said, from the very first time I came here, I've said to all of you, I assure you, we will make sure that everyone who lives at the Village Trailer Park will have a safe, clean, affordable place to go, a place that they can afford. And I honestly believe, and I've been in most of the trailers, I've seen or seen the majority of them, I really believe that what they end up with is going to be an upgrade. We've also offered to, and we've tried, and we've worked, as staff will attest, we've worked for 5.5 years now on this, and we spend an awful lot of time, probably a disproportionate amount of the time, on the relocation aspects of this.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lozado. The matter is before us. Mr. McHugh.
I really appreciated Mr. Lozado's willingness last week to let us know within just a couple of hours after our discussion that he would wait for a week and allow us to again address this tonight. Because last week we were responding to the information of what was going on the day before at the park. We were trying to get more information even as we were having our meeting. Since that time, I think the situation has changed somewhat. We had asked last week, or at least I had asked, about the landmarks process and the draft environmental impact report that is still pending comment. Since that time, we've received information from staff that the language in the draft environmental impact report about no demolitions is descriptive but not binding. So even if those 10 were to be removed, it would not disrupt the ongoing draft environmental impact report, according to what staff has told us. We've also learned that it may well be that the landmarks process in Santa Monica is going to be trumped in any case by state mobile home law. Do I have that fairly accurate, City Attorney, before I move on to what I think we may be able to do now? Sometimes when the options you're hoping you can use are taken away, you have to give up. I don't think this is a situation where we should yet give up. I have been told by staff that for them to investigate some other options that remain possible for the city to take to preserve the mobile home park, we would need to give them direction to explore those options and come back to us with the requisite information. In doing so, we would not be deciding what to do in the long run. We would merely be requesting information, but it's information that will take a certain amount of staff time and resources, so staff can't just provide it to us without having the council's authorization. So I will move that we authorize the staff to bring back the information on any and all other options we may have with respect to Village Trailer Park.
I have some questions for staff. First of all, I'd like to ask the city attorney to discuss the legal equities that are involved in this matter and where this, a little bit about process, where we've come from, where we stand with the owner of this property and what our legal options are.
I can give you some information. Of course, I can give you some information, and I believe the manager may have additional questions or information. Mr. Lozado, who is the owner of the park, has the right to go out of the park ownership business under state law. As was indicated earlier, we don't believe that our local landmarks law trumps his right to go out of business. The city and the park owner have been dealing with one another for a number of years, as Mr. Lozado indicated, and one of the results of that interaction is that the park residents have stayed in the park for quite a while those interactions were going on, longer than they would have had those interactions not occurred.
So grateful.
I don't know what the manager will want to report on, but I also know that, as I think some previous comments indicate, city staff has spent significant time trying to figure out what other housing options exist for the park residents. That is a slightly different endeavor than I think Councilmember McEwen's motion may contemplate. Did you want to speak to that, City Manager?
Right. Well, that and specifically, my question to the city manager would be that the motion envisions options, plural. I'm hearing that our legal options are. How would I
describe our legal options? I believe that I'm speaking theoretically. I'm not expressing an intention, because intentions would not be mine to formulate. I believe that the only way the city could preserve that mobile home park would be to acquire it.
So that sounds like option, not options.